Okay, let's dive in. We've got this document you shared focusing entirely on mock tests.
Right.
And it's really about the best way to use them, isn't it? Not just as like casual practice.
Exactly. It outlines some key principles. Their idea is to make them genuinely effective tools.
So our mission here really is to pull out the essential, well, the core ideas from this source
hmm
to help you, the listener, approach these practice runs, effectively. Get the most accurate picture of where you stand.
And what's interesting, I think, is how much the document emphasizes the conditions.
How you take the test.
Yeah, it argues that how you take it is maybe even more important than just, completing it. It really digs into the why behind the rules.
Okay, so let's get into the first one. The document highlights something that probably feels a bit tough for many people.
hmm
You absolutely have to avoid using any notes, textbooks, any external help while you're actually in the test.
No peeking.
None, just what's already in your head.
Right. And the document explains why this is so crucial. It's not just about making it feel like the real exam, although that's, part of it.
Okay.
It argues this is the only way, really, to get an honest picture, a truly unvarnished look at what you've actually memorized.
And understood, presumably, without the crutch.
Exactly. What you genuinely understand without that external support.
So it's less practice run, more diagnostic tool, a kind of blunt instrument.
That's a good way to put it, a blunt diagnostic. The source says relying only on your recall highlights very specific weaknesses.
Like what?
Well, where your basic knowledge might be shaky, or maybe where concepts haven't fully clicked for, deep understanding,
Oh, okay.
and also where simple memorization just breaks down under pressure.
Right.
It helps you separate stuff you can look up from knowledge you actually possess,
And that honesty, even if it's uncomfortable,
is what lets you fine-tune your preparation really precisely. You see your weaknesses under test conditions. That's key.
different from just feeling weak while studying with notes handy.
Totally different. It's that necessary dry run, testing your internal resources.
Okay, principle one. Face the test naked, basically. See what's really there. Got it.
Tough love, like you said.
Yeah. So, building on that idea, simulating the real thing, getting an accurate read of the document brings up a second key principle. This one's about when you check your answers.
Ah, yes. Principle 2. This one tackles that almost overwhelming urge.
Right. To immediately see if you got that tricky question right
hmm
or check a whole section.
Exactly. And the document is very firm here.
Yeah.
Resist. Completely.
Don't check.
Not
Got it.
until you finish the entire mock test. Start to finish, one sitting, before you look at solutions or scores.
Wow. That feels really counterintuitive for a lot of us. Why wait? Why sit with that uncertainty? Doesn't seeing the answer help you learn right away?
It feels counterintuitive maybe in the short term,
Mm-hmm.
but the reasoning in the document, it focuses on the longer-term benefits.
Okay, like what?
It argues that waiting actually forces active recall, not just for one question, but across the whole test.
Mm.
Your brain has to keep grappling with the problems, retrieving information, without that instant feedback loop.
So you're making your brain work harder for longer, kind of like building muscle.
Precisely.
Yeah.
The document points out this mirrors actual test conditions much better. You don't get instant feedback in the real thing.
True.
But more than that, it strengthens your overall problem-solving approach, and it builds crucial endurance.
Mental endurance.
Mental and honestly probably a bit physical too for those long exams. By delaying the feedback, you're training yourself to persist, manage doubt, trust your own memory for that whole period.
So it's about resilience, not just points.
Exactly. The document suggests this leads to a much deeper, more integrated understanding because you're really wrestling with the material before you see the right answer.
Okay, so let's bring this back to you listening. Applying these two principles from the document, no aids during the test, and finishing completely before checking, it's not just about following rules.
No, it's about setting yourself up for the most accurate, honest assessment of where you really are.
And building the right mental habits. That endurance piece seems key.
It transforms the knock test. It stops being just practice and becomes this powerful diagnostic and training tool all in one.
So, final thought here. If the goal is to genuinely know where you stand, to build that capacity for the real test, then maybe embracing that discomfort, the no aids, the delayed feedback, maybe that is the most valuable feedback you can get.
The difficulty itself becomes the lesson, in a way. According to this source, that struggle might be the most potent teacher of all, turning the test into a tool for learning, not just assessment.